Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Sorry I didn't post yesterday. I was feeling really out of it and it just wasn't going to work. While I wasn't YouTubing, I took the time to figure out why my audio and video weren't syncing up, and I figured out the problem. So that is really cool, and I'm really happy that that is over. Today, I thought I would go over some basic grammar and formatting. So here we have this monster. Yeah, it's bad. This was painful to write. Alright, so we got this thing here, and there's multiple problems with it. And so, first of all, you don't want to go through all your fonts and find a really fancy one. You want it to be simple. They need to focus on what the words are saying, not how they're presented. So, Times New Roman is a good choice. Second of all, we want to tab every paragraph to help notify that it's a new paragraph. For my rough drafts, I don't ever tab anything over because I'm a lazy butt. But when you're doing your final draft, you should definitely do that because that is very important. Alright, so then we've got the whole dialogue problem here. So, whenever a new person starts speaking, you want to begin another paragraph, because when you read this, it's hard to tell who's talking. So, ain't nobody got time for that, Watson said. And then this next sentence, it could be Watson saying that. We have no idea until after we read it that it's actually Sherlock saying it. And then the same thing happens here. This paragraph ain't big enough for the both of us. So when there should be only one character talking per paragraph. So we're going to tab over all the points where a new person starts talking. And now a new paragraph signals to the reader that something has changed. And in this case, it's the speaker that has changed. And so that way, when this paragraph's over, people automatically think that, oh, it must be somebody besides Watson talking. And so we got that. And then another thing up here, dialogue tags are pretty complicated. But this period shouldn't be there. That should be a comma. Because the dialogue tag is describing how the thing is said. So instead of said, we could do exclaimed, although then it would probably be an exclamation mark, or we could do muttered, or anything like that. But if we did Watson, wow, I'm such a nerd. If it was an action, since you can't spinjitzu talking, this would be a period, because this dialogue tag, it's not even really a dialogue tag at this point. It's not describing how he talked or has anything to do with how he talked. So the way you find out what punctuation you should use is first you go, alright, if this was a normal sentence without being dialogue, would I use a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point? If it would be a question mark or an exclamation point, then you're alright. That's fine. And those sort of overlay commas. See, right here, yelling is a way that you say something. So I could also use a comma, but I thought that an exclamation point would be more appropriate. And here, the way that the Sherlock pointed at the suspect's shoes is not how he said his sentence. So if this wasn't a question, then I would use a period. But of course, that is a question because we have what. If it's a period that you decide it should be, then you have to decide if it's a period or a comma based on what follows. If what follows has nothing to do with what they said, like an action, you can sort of like wow. So this is a problem I see a lot. People will use a comma and then add on he laughed. And in this case, it should be a period because you can't laugh out words. You can try to do it. It's like, it doesn't work. That's just awkward. It's impossible. So in this case, the correct usage is a period because the following bit has nothing to do with the way he was saying it. But if we would do, you can go nom, and that's sort of a groan. So you can sort of groan out words. And so that works, and so it would be a comma. But you could also, in this situation, do nom period, and then he groaned to go nom, ugh, you know? The best way to figure out how formatting and grammar for novels works is to open up a published novel and just look at the way it's put together and pay attention to how the dialogue works and where it makes a new paragraph and the punctuation that they use for the dialogue and the dialogue tag they add after it. If any of you guys want me to do a video on a certain subject, then you can totally give me things that you want to learn about, because I'm honestly not sure what order I should do all of these in. I want to cater to what you're interested in and want to learn. So I guess I'm just repeating that feedback of any kind is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow hopefully. And once again, I have no idea what I'm going to post, but it'll be cool. So, good job. See you then. Shut up. Don't forget to like and subscribe.